conservatorship was created supposedly because I was incapable of doing anything at all. Feeding myself, spending my own money, being a mother, anything. So why was it that a few weeks later, they had me shoot an episode of How I Met Your Mother and then sent me on a grueling world tour? After I remained shocked that the state of California would let a man like my father, an alcoholic, someone who declared bankruptcy, who'd failed in business, who terrified me as a little girl, control me after all my accomplishments and everything I had done. No.
Now, I do get what she's saying. Like, if I'm this sick that I can't control shit, then why would I be performing? But at the same time, girl, if you don't get off your ass and do something, you're never going to get your kids back. So I don't, it's kind of like a catch-22. Like, girl, you cannot just sit home because you're a performer. And so you kind of got to go do something, right? The next tour date that I have was in 2007. 2007. At the age of 26, she did a 1-month tour. She says, I don't know if that's the grueling tour that she speaks of. The grueling tour, I will put a note or some kind of graphic here so that y'all can have the tour, the number of shows, and the grueling tour. Okay, I'll put the information up. But again, like I said, Britney Spears, again, she has not told at any point how her father terrified her up until this point. She's quite seemed to be away from her father due to her schedule for the Disney Channel and all that. Since she was a kid, she's been on Broadway. Like, Britney Spears has been working a long time, and most of the time she was with Lynn. So I don't know this side of Jamie because she really hasn't discussed it with us. She's telling us now he's terrified her. She's scared of him, but if you've seen previous interviews, the issue has always been with her mom and never Jamie. The issue was that her mom didn't manage it because they were having issues, and that she seemed to, at the time, I thought, trust her dad more. And why wouldn't you want your family to be in charge versus a stranger? I mean, a stranger could be an alcoholic and rip you off. At least, you got a little bit of access with your father. I don't know. Like, it's just... Britney just gives... I don't think she likes anybody that is trying to get her to do what she needs to do. And I think with her father, she is a business, so he's like, hey, let's keep the business going so that, she can keep... I mean, like, you got to think about it like this. Because, again, I don't know the numbers, and I really was thinking, well, she must have been doing well. But if her breaking up with Kevin caused her to lose her house that fast, right? Girl, you are in a position as a celebrity where you have to work. And if you don't know anything about musicians, they tell you they don't get paid off of the song being popular. They get paid off of doing shows. So if they're not doing shows, they're not making any money, girl. So Britney could not sit at home regardless of what was going on if she wanted to maintain any kind of the lifestyle that she had at this point grown accustomed to. And now that you're paying all these lawyers and child support and you got a house, girl, you got to go to damn work. And you got to pay somebody to help you run this operation. Be it Jamie or someone else. You're going to pay somebody.
Other reason than to help their cash flow. At my house, my father took over my little study and my bar area and turned it into his office. There was a bowl there that had a bunch of receipts in it. Yes, here's my confession. I was so nerdy that I kept all my receipts in a bowl. Each week, I would add up my expenses old school style to keep track of my deductions for taxes. Even when I was going through a wild spell, the fundamentals of who I was as a person were still there. To me, that bowl of receipts was proof that I was still capable.
Britney Spears is batshit crazy. Girl, keeping your bowls and your receipts in a bowl for tax purposes and your Britney fucking Spears is not nerdy. Okay, you keep them at best case, worst case scenario, a folder. Can you imagine? You go, can anybody, a bowl of fucking receipts from a year to your tax professional, like, yo, here you go, do my taxes. Like, girl, what the hell is this? Like, I kept them, so that's something like, no, you don't. Should Jamie have an office at her house? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much business Britney Spears has, right? However, it's giving Britney is you had to have put yourself in a position, just like with Kevin, to where these people could go down there and say these things needed to be done. Him owing somebody $40,000 is not going to get him control of a lady worth millions of dollars. Britney Spears definitely could have fought this battle if, if, if truly she was mentally stable. That's just my opinion.
Managing my affairs. I knew musicians who did heroin, got in fistfights, threw TVs out of hotel windows. Not only didn't I steal anything or hurt anyone or do hard drugs, I was keeping track of my tax deductions.
She's delusional. You don't have your
anymore.
kids.
On the rare occasion that I went out, like to my agent and friend Kate's house for a dinner party, the security team would sweep through the house before I arrived to make sure there was no alcohol or any drugs. Even no one at the party was allowed to drink until I left. The other guests were all very good sports about it. When someone wanted to date me, the security team who answered to my father would run a background check on him, make him sign an NDA, and even have him submit to a blood test. And my father said I couldn't see the photographer I had been dating ever again, too.
Now, I want to let y'all know, there were some times in the book that I left out due to editing to help y'all have some tea still left over, that she would talk about how she would pick up random people, or I won't say people. There was an incident where she went to this party and she saw this dude and she thought he was cute. He was not famous or known or anything, but she just thought he was cute. And she was finna take him back to her house and have sex with him. But then halfway home, she realized that he would know where she lived at. So this is not, oh my God, why are they doing this? This is, she has displayed enough behavior that this is a concern from these people, and that's why they're taking these crazy ass extremes, because she had already given them the ammunition. If you're picking up random strangers and bringing them home and you're a mother, that's a problem. If you're saying, well, I didn't do any harm to anybody, you don't even have your children, ma'am, that's a problem. And your behavior is why you don't have your children. And you're steady making these same damn mistakes. So, is your father right? Not 100%. But again, if you had shown some self-control and restraint, these people would not have access to you in your life this way. It's that she's definitely leaving out a lot of the incidents leading up, I think, to them actually getting, that's crooked, full-time control of her life. That's what I think. She's a business and an entity, but you got to think of how not lucid she must to have been for her, a grown-ass woman, to have not been able to grab her lawyer and be like, girl, to go down there and tell these people my daddy is fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think, like, she sounds rational right now, but how irrational did she sound then? That they was like, if all these things are true about Jamie, that they did not say, no, not him and not somebody else. What the hell, what kind of behavior, what the hell was she displaying? That they was like, Jamie, cool. Same thing with Kevin. What type of behavior were you displaying with your kids that they said, you know what, Kevin is cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, Britney. Perception is reality, though. Perception is reality.
Pretty quickly, I called the weird-ass lawyer the court had appointed for me and asked him for help. Incredibly, he was all I really had, even though I hadn't chosen him. I had been told that I couldn't hire anyone new because my lawyer had to be court-approved. Much later, I would come to find out that was bullshit. I didn't know for 13 years that I could have gotten my own lawyer.
Do you see how out of the loop you would have to be to not know that you can get a lawyer? Like, she's trying to make you feel sorry for her. Like, these people just came in and ransacked my whole entire life, and they're all this or that. This is given like, girl, did you try before it got to this point? Because they couldn't have just came in unless you were just totally checked out on the business. Now, if you listen all the way back to the beginning in this, when she talks about that interview with her, when she broke up with Justin and her father, and the 3 people came in, her dad been involved in her career the whole damn time. This is true. Her dad has really helped her be Britney Spears. So he didn't just come. Now she's trying. It's the way the story's kind of written. You would think that he just came out of nowhere and he's just this asshole in control. If you look at the interviews from before and even read the book, Jamie been around, and it sounds like to me they was letting her do what the fuck she wanted to do until she started doing shit like having her children and being unsafe, going off marrying random ass dudes after 90 days, blowing money to the point where if she just divorced somebody, even with a prenup, she would still have financial issues. There's a lot. I feel like Britney is just, I'm trying to feel sorry for her. I truly am. But Britney is giving, I was out of control. Like she says, okay, I admit it. I was out of control and I was on drugs. And people are like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, girl, you cannot be out here on fucking drugs, ramming shit publicly with umbrellas and think that people are not going to be like, girl, go get them damn kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had a lot going on. And they were trying to, unfortunately, fortunately, depending on how you look at it, girl, they was trying to save whatever was left. This is just my opinion of the Britney Spears business. And maybe that required some tough love. And she's not used to tough love. Like, is it hurtful that your father's telling you you're a disgrace? Yes, I'm sure it is very hurtful. But you're also out here with your head fucking shaved, ramming paparazzi, have lost your children. You've married a goddamn bum. I don't think I would tell my child, you're a disgrace. But I definitely be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I have literally spent all of my time, the family, like she keeps just kind of like skirting over how much her family must have sacrificed, her brothers and sisters as well, to help Britney Spears be Britney Spears. You don't become a celebrity, and you can't definitely be a child celebrity without assistance, right? So, she's just kind of acted like her family is just leeches. You see what I'm saying? And she is the reason that everybody has fucking something. They wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for Britney Spears. But then at the same time, it's like, with Britney, girl, if your parents wasn't taking you to those, ooh, girl, I'm fooling with this thing right here and it's pissing me off. If your parents weren't taking you to those auditions, if your dad and, and them weren't paying for agents and apartments, and your sister and your brother, they didn't get some attention sometime because guess what? The parents is running behind Britney Spears. A lot of the shit that you got going on wouldn't even happen. You wouldn't have had prenup to prenup. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't have had lawyer money or any of that. And again, if you're at this point, Britney Spears is like 25 years old. She's not a baby. She could have ran and had a conversation with somebody, but she had been so reckless in her life that she did not have a concern for these things until, in my opinion, it was too late. And by that point, I feel like her family was just trying to save the empire.
I felt that the court-appointed lawyer didn't seem eager to help me understand what was going on or to fight for my rights. My mother, who is best friends with the governor of Louisiana, could have put me on the phone with him, and he would have told me I could get my own lawyer. But for me. But I didn't see a way out. So I felt my spirit retreat, and I went on autopilot. If I play along, surely they'll see how good I am, and they will let me go. And so I went along with it. Help is good, but not if it's not asked for. Not if it doesn't feel like it's a choice.
I want to just make it clear, like, Britney Spears was hitting the fucking paparazzi driving through. This is why she can't damn drive. She's acting like, oh, they just took everything from me. There's a little bit more to that story. If you're using your car as a weapon, ma'am, you probably won't be able to drive. I think at some point she probably would have been facing criminal charges had she kept it the fuck up. So, should it have been this strict? No, but as she keeps saying, okay, I was a wreck. Okay, and that's why they calmed your ass down.
Because I played by the rules, I was reunited with my boys. It was an ecstatic experience getting to hold them again. When they fell asleep next to me that first night we had back together, I felt whole for the first time in months. I just stared at them sleeping, and I felt so lucky.
For 13 years? No.
To see them as much as possible, I did everything I could to appease Kevin. I paid his legal bills, plus child support, plus thousands more a month so the kids could come along with me on the circus tour. Within the same short period of time, I appeared on Good Morning America, did the Christmas tree lighting in Los Angeles, shot a segment for Ellen, and toured through Europe and Australia. But again, the question was nagging me. If I was so sick that I couldn't make my own decisions, why did they think it was fine for me to be out there smiling and waving and singing and dancing?
Shit, this is what I don't understand, because, girl, you could have came right on Good Morning America and told the people the goddamn facts. You see, she want to go along with the Britney Spears Circus Act when it's convenient. See, you were being held hostage and come on to people on the news, and when you get up on the stage, you be like, hey, these people are holding me hostage. It's giving. You were on tour, and so y'all let Kevin keep them kids. You were on tour doing your thing, and so it just made sense for Kevin to have the kids and you to go be Britney Spears so that everything could be kept up. Because if you are telling me in 13 years you couldn't prove this, listen, I watch a lot of television, okay? I've seen crackheads get their kids back in like a year. So you can't tell me it was going to take you 13 years of good behavior, conservatorship or not, to get your children back. It's giving you did not. It's giving you ain't fight for them. That's just my opinion. I don't care.
A million times.
Where's the fight?
I'll tell you one good reason. The circus tour grossed more than $130 million. Lou Taylor's company, TriStar, got 5%.
You see how she's so focused on these damn tour numbers and this numbers? That's how you should have been focused on. I'm not dancing no goddamn where until I get these fucking kids back. See, that's what you should have done. A real mom that had figured out, okay, well, you know what? They're using this goddamn tour against me, or they're using this, and that, and I pay everybody fucking bills. I won't dance. I won't sing. Fuck it. None of us have shit. If that's what it really was coming down to, she's just so worried about what people were making, and the money is given. I'm broke now. That's what it's given. I'm broke now, and these people made money because, girl, all you had to do is stop singing and dancing. Nobody would have got paid. And then you could have used that as a bargaining chip for getting custody back of your sons, because guess what? Kevin would have went broke. Your daddy and everybody else would have went broke. And so then they would have been like, well, hey, we want you to go perform. And you could have been like, you know what? And I want my kids, if it was that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to devise a goddamn plan, girl, you should have called me. Because there's no way I would have still been singing and dancing like a goddamn puppet. And I can't see my kids when I want to. And I'm paying everybody's bills. There will be no show. You might can keep my kids, but you can't make me dance.
And I learned, after the conservatorship, that even when I was on hiatus in 2019 and money wasn't coming in, my father paid them an extra minimum flat fee, so they were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars more. My father got a percentage too, plus, throughout the conservatorship, about $16,000 a month, more than he'd ever made before. He profited heavily from the conservatorship, becoming a multimillionaire. I lay down my life for them. So
You lay your life down, but you basically said fuck fighting for them. This is an oxymoron. Where is the fucking fight? You just want to take naps in peace in between the tour schedule. And Jamie making $16,000 a month to manage an empire, honestly, is not a lot, because some managers, to me, it just doesn't sound like a lot of money. Is it the most he's probably made in his life? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He's probably never managed a superstar celebrity before in his life, start to finish, and kept the empire going, because Britney is reckless. And again, if she was stable, I just don't see a judge taking them kids away from her. I don't see that Britney Spears didn't know she could get a lawyer of her own at any point in time. Like, it just strikes me as what she didn't know is because she didn't want to know.
I was rebelling, yes, but I can see now that there's a reason why people go through rebellious times. And you have to let people go through them. I'm not saying that I was right to spiral, but I think to hinder someone's spirit to that degree and to put them down that much, to the point where they no longer feel like themselves, I don't think that's healthy either.
Everybody, every fucking body. We're not talking... No, your mom's, but we're not talking about every fucking body. We talking about you. You're not a man. You a mom with 2 fucking kids. Just like when she was like, I was in the car with Paris, and they weren't moms with 2 kids. You both, this is not... This is the life you chose. And now that you got to be a responsible fucking adult, you feel like as a mom that you should just get a chance to go out and still do what the fuck you want to do and explore. You might have should have thought about that before you decided to have fucking kids, ma'am. You had the opportunity. Ain't nobody make you get fucking pregnant. If you ain't had them kids, you could have just went outside and been the crazy rocker you wanted to be. But you had children and put them in fucking danger publicly. This is why you're... Okay, girl.
Late to award shows.
And we're gonna do two more chapters of this. Because I'm not for Britney Spears doing all this goddamn whining about woe is fucking me. Woe is fucking me. I'm a celebrity. Ooh, poor Britney. You've got to be a mom. No one told you to be a psycho. You can be a psycho within reason like the rest of us. But no, you took your ass out there and like to drop the fucking baby. And now we're supposed to feel sorry that instead of them taking your child, which would have happened to a normal goddamn, let you have been a black ass mom on the news like to drop your baby, you would have never seen them fucking kids again. So I don't know what you want me to say, ma'am. I don't know.
We thought it made... A paparazzo who stalked and tormented me for months sued me for $230,000 for running over his foot with my car one time when I was trying to escape from him. We settled and I had to give him a lot of money. When just shaving my head and acting out were my ways of pushing back. But under the conservatorship, I was made to understand that those days were now over.
You goddamn right.
I became a robot. But not just a robot, a sort of child robot. I had been so infantilized that I was losing pieces of what made me feel like myself. Anything that my father or my mother told me to do, I would reject. My pride as a woman wouldn't let me take it seriously. The conservatorship stripped me of my womanhood, made me into a child. I became more of an entity than a person on stage. I had always... Think of how many male artists gambled all their money away, how many had substance abuse or mental health issues. No one tried to take away their control over their body and money. I didn't deserve what my family did to me. While overall I was miserable, day to day I was able to find joy and comfort in the boys and in my routine. I made friends. I dated Jason Trawick. He was 10 years older than me and really had his life together. I loved that he wasn't a performer but was an agent, so he knew the business and understood my life. We ended up dating for 3 years. It puzzled me that my mom never said anything about it. My parents got back together in 2010, 8 years after their divorce. And I felt so betrayed by the state of California. My mom seemed to love that because of the conservatorship, my dad now had a real job. They watched Criminal Minds on the couch every fucking night. Who does that? When my father told me I couldn't have dessert, I felt that it was not just him telling me, but my family and my state. Like I was not allowed legally to eat dessert because he said no. Eventually, I started to ask myself, wait, where am I? Nothing really made sense anymore.
None of this makes sense.
Feeling like I needed more...
None of this makes sense. I want you to understand something about people and their stories, and you have to listen for details that don't make sense. Okay? You have to listen for details that don't make sense. So you're telling me you dated someone for 3 years. You had intimate relationships. You had a good relationship, must have been. I'm sure you were intimate. You went out and you did things. And somehow that was allowed, correct? Correct. Yet you couldn't have dessert. The alignment in that story doesn't make any sense, that I would stop you from eating dessert but not dating. What it is giving is either you could probably eat dessert, okay? And maybe this was a discussion about, and I'm just saying if this was a discussion at all. Britney Spears strikes me as the type of person, like, say she was supposed to be on like a strict diet or something for her upcoming tour or a video or something like that. Because if you remember, Britney Spears ate a lot of fucking Cheetos back in the day. Okay? Cheetos and Starbucks. That was like her go-to if you saw Britney Spears. Now, can you eat Cheetos and Starbucks and perform on stage in a healthy manner? No. You smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not sure if this is you can't have that for health and aesthetic reasons, or if her dad is just being like, you can't have dessert at all, like a child. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Let me know, because it's giving that she's going to take situations where there might have been valid fucking reasons for her to be told she couldn't do something and make a big deal out of it. Because remember, Britney Spears does not like fucking rules. She does not like anything. She has rebelled and rebelled and rebelled. And now that all of the fucking rebellion is backfiring into her face to a point that she has no control over her life because she has rebelled. You know how much you have to rebel for the judge to step in and say, wait a fucking minute. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you're a celebrity. Yes, a lot of celebrities do get a chance to ruin their lives. But do you know how bad you had to be ruining your life for it to happen to you, ma'am? For 13 fucking years, publicly. We're going to finish these 2 chapters.
It was around that time that I got engaged to Jason. He got me through a lot of things. But in 2012, not long after he became my co-conservator, my feelings changed. I couldn't see it then, but I see now that having him tied up with the organization controlling my life might have played a part in draining the romance out of our relationship. He broke up with me, but I didn't care because I'd fallen out of love with him.
We're about to be done.
He wrote me a long letter and then he disappeared. He resigned as my co-conservator when our relationship ended. This is what's hard to explain. How quickly I could vacillate between being a little girl and being a teenager and being a woman because of the way they had robbed me of my freedom. There was no way to behave like an adult since they wouldn't treat me like an adult. So I would regress and act like a little girl, but then my adult self would step back in. Only my world didn't allow me to be an adult. The woman in me was pushed down for a long time. They wanted me to be wild on stage, the way they told me to be, and to be a robot the rest of the time. I felt like I was being deprived of those good secrets of life, those fundamental supposed sins of indulgence and adventure that make us human. They wanted to take away that specialness and keep everything as rote as possible.
Girl, I wanted you to go to
my creativity as my heart wasn't in recording music anymore. I wasn't passionately driven like how I used to be. I had no more fire to bring. I was so over it. I had 2 kids. I'd had a breakdown. My parents had taken over my career. What was I going to do at this point? Just go home? So I went along with it. The fans gave me so much energy. I became great at doing the show. I got so much confidence, and for a while, everything was good. As good as it could be when I was so tightly controlled. I started dating a TV producer named Charlie Ebersol. To me, he seemed like marriage material. He took supplements and a whole bunch of vitamins. He shared his nutrition research with me and started giving me energy supplements. My father didn't like that. He knew what I ate. He even knew when I would go to the bathroom. So when I started taking energy supplements, he saw that I had more energy on stage and that I was in better shape than I had been. So he told me I had to get off them, and he sent me to rehab. He got to say where I went and when. And going to rehab meant that I didn't get to see my kids for a whole month. The only consolation was that I knew it was just for a month and I'd be done. The place he chose for me was in Malibu. That month,
Girl, how much of these damn energy drinks were you drinking, or energy supplements that you had to go to rehab? You just couldn't stop. You see how I'm not saying any of this is impossible and none of it happened. I'm just saying that, girl, this is giving you had a serious substance abuse problem, whatever it was, and once they got control of you, they were determined to make sure you didn't have no more substance abuse problems, is what it's giving me.
is out. I found it difficult to accept that my dad was selling himself as this amazing guy and devoted grandfather when he was throwing me away, putting me against my will into a place with crack and heroin addicts. I'll just say it. He was horrible. When I got out, I started doing shows again in Vegas like nothing had happened. Part of it put me on a strict diet. The irony was that we had a butler, an extravagance, and I would beg him for real food. Sir, I would plead, can you please sneak a hamburger or ice cream to me? Ma'am, I'm sorry, he would say. I have strict orders from your father. So for 2 years, I ate almost nothing but chicken and canned vegetables. 2 years is a long time to not be able to eat what you want, especially when it's your body.
Do you see the extreme bullshit that is happening? This does not make sense. How are you telling me that you date random men? Okay, you date whenever the hell you feel like it. Clearly you're dating fine. You're having romantic long-term relationships. So you're going out. You're going out on dates. You telling me you ain't eating a burger when you go out on a date? You're telling me that this man could get you a diet supplement, but then you couldn't get a burger from your chef? That it just, the level of extreme doesn't make sense. At that point, why won't you just go out with your boyfriend and eat a burger? If this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this is truly happening and you're getting a level of freedom over here with your boyfriend, I would think that Jamie wouldn't allow you to have boyfriends at all. Forget the waivers. You know, what she's saying on one end is it was very safe. She just said it was safe. And then she's like, but I couldn't have a hamburger. So I could be reading too much into it, but it's just not giving. It's giving, if Jamie didn't let your ass eat hamburgers, Jamie didn't let you have boyfriends. That's the level of strictness he would sound like he was on. If anything else that he told you you couldn't have, and he said, well, you can have boyfriends, but shit, I don't want you doing drugs, that kind of makes sense. You know, it's just, I don't know. This is our last chapter.
And your work and your soul making the money that everyone's living off of. 2 years of asking for French fries and being told no. I found it so degrading. My family would stay in Destin, a pretty beach town in Florida, at a ridiculous...
Now, let me tell you, I love me some Destin, girl. I go there. I know y'all look like Candy. Feel sorry for Britney Spears. No. Because she didn't want to fight for her own damn freedom. Now, shit, it sounded like she just laid down and just, well, I was going to play nice. And girl, what? I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you had just said, no, I'm going to eat a burger, could they have had you arrested? If they had you committed? I just feel like there was definitely a way to fight the conservatorship, but I just feel like Britney Spears put herself in this position, unfortunately, as a business person, and then they just took beyond possibly advantage of the situation that she kind of got herself in with needing to have someone to manage her life. And I think a lot of this just stemmed from the fact that she had children. See, if she didn't have no children, she probably wouldn't even be in none of this mess. You see what I'm saying? Because she wouldn't have had to have really anyone to answer to. But it was the fact that she had kids and two small children, that all this freedom that she wanted to have and this stuff that she wanted to do, a lot of it was fucking reckless. And so, therefore, people were saying, hey, because you see, she around there dancing with knives right now. Just saying, like, imagine if you got 2 kids at the house. Like, girl, you just can't be doing shit like that. It's not a good fucking look, okay, for anybody. And so, I really feel like I've had to be very hard on Britney. Yeah, I really do. I really want to like her. But she had a great opportunity to just live a really, really great life. And all she has seemed to do is just, to me, cry and talk about people asking her to be awesome and great and show her talent. And so what? Jamie was a fucking alcoholic. Girl, do you know how many of us have very loving alcoholic fathers and stepfathers and mothers? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jamie's alcoholism is his issue. Okay. Britney has not interred upon me and my feelings as to how his alcoholism was her issue. Because if anything, it's giving that Jamie helped her get her shit together. You might not have liked the plan, Britney. I get that this man was strict as shit, but I also get that based on your own statements and testimony that you were living a very, 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 very dangerous and reckless fucking lifestyle, and that it got to a point where it caused you to lose a lot, and somebody was gonna have to fucking step in. Somebody, child. Okay, I don't know who it was. Somebody, girl, was gonna have to step in and do something. Be it was Jamie or y'all, should we put something right here? I feel like we should put something right there. Hold on, I'm looking at something because Brittany not finna mess my bling up. I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, girl, you just wasn't giving what you needed to give, okay? And this is not everybody's and only everybody's fault. Did Jamie make some mistakes? And did Jamie probably get a little power hungry? He probably damn did. I mean, he probably did. Jamie probably said, shit, I'm about to get some of my money back on this investment, because see, she had been fooling around with Lynn. And, you know, Jamie had got his look. You know, he only got a little cut here and there. Jamie probably said, shit, I gotta get this shit under control. Me and Lynn back together. You know what I'm saying? We about to be a family. And you know, we about to do this thing right. You know what I'm saying? We about to get Britney on track. And maybe he did not do everything right, but I do feel like he probably did a lot better than most people probably would have done for Britney, because a lot of people probably would have just let her run through her money. She just would have been broke, crying, and never got her kids back, because she would have kept making the type of reckless decisions that would have really prevented her getting her kids back. Like, she keeps trying to act like her being reckless is like a rite of passage and a you know, like this is a coming of age story and everybody needs time to do these things. But you have different responsibilities and a different life, ma'am. And that's just not, you know, it's kind of like when I had my child. And I was like telling my mom something. And I was like, you know, I want to be able to do da 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 da. And she was like, girl, you got that up. You know, you lost that opportunity when you decided to make certain decisions. And that's what I think happened to Britney. And she just has not grasped the concept that even if she had not been Britney Spears, if at a very young age, young ma'am, you had decided to have children and get married, you would have had to change your life and your lifestyle, and it wouldn't have been appropriate for you to be out, and finding yourself would have been a problem in that instance. You see what I'm saying? So it's even more amplified now that you're a celebrity and then wanting this, you know, kind of sort of like free time to find yourself. Like, ma'am, you missed that bus.
ridiculously beautiful condo that I bought for them and eat good tasting food every night while I was starving and working. Meanwhile, my sister was turning her nose up at every gift I'd given the family. I called my mom one day in Louisiana and said, "What are you doing this weekend?" "Oh, the girls and I are going to Destin tomorrow," she said. I used to love buying my family houses and cars. But there came a point when they started to take things for granted, and the family didn't realize that those things were possible because I'm an artist. And because of how they treated me, for years I lost touch with my creativity. I was given an allowance of about $2,000 a week. If I wanted a pair of sneakers that my conservators didn't think I needed, I would be told no. Then to pick up the check for our whole party. The check was $1,000 because the group was so big, but I had wanted to take them out. It was important to me that they knew how much I appreciated how hard they worked. My purchase was declined. I didn't have enough money in my allowance account to cover it.
Now $2,000 a week, 2, 4, 6, that's $8,000 a month. If you didn't have $1,000, and I'm sure that was her fuck you money. I'm sure all of her bills was coming out of another, allotment, and this was probably like, yo, you got $2,000 a week. Now, a lot of y'all are saying, well, it's her money, blah, blah, blah. Understand, if she broke up with Kevin with a prenup and lost her home and everything, Britney Spears probably is making money, but apparently at this point she's not making that kind of money. Somebody is definitely making money, but she is either not making money or they're saving it or whatever, right? Let's just go along with that. $8,000 a month to just say fuck you with is still a reckless, exorbitant amount. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel sorry. I just don't know. It's given. What she just. It might be because she done pissed me off so bad whining this whole book that I just can't give. And y'all let me know. I just am not feeling this shit. Britney Spears, you just seem like a whiner and a quitter, and you don't want to fight for shit that's important, and your main concern is what they doing with the money. She seemed to be more concerned about the money than her fucking kids. Like, girl, if you...
36. I decided to make a push to get out of the conservatorship. I went to court in 2014 and mentioned my father's alcoholism and erratic behavior, asking that they drug test him. After all, he was controlling my money and my life. But my case didn't go anywhere. The judge just didn't listen. What followed was a cloak and dagger effort to get my own lawyer. I even mentioned the conservatorship on a talk show in 2016, but somehow that part of the interview didn't make it to the air. First time I saw Hisam Asghari on the set of my video for Slumber Party. I knew I wanted him in my life immediately. I was instantly smitten. The chemistry with us in the beginning was insane. We couldn't keep our hands off each other. He called me his lioness. Right away, the tabloids started to say that he was cheating on me. We'd been dating 2 weeks. We stayed with each other. I started to feel my spark returning. Then my dad decided he had to send me to treatment again because I'd snuck my over-the-counter energy supplements. He thought that I had a problem, but he showed mercy and said I could be an outpatient there so long as I'd go 4 times a week to Alcoholics Anonymous. At first I resisted, but the women I met there began to inspire me. I'd worked so hard and kept up the schedule they set for me. Basically, 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off. When I was on, I did 3 2-hour shows a week. And on or off, I also kept the weekly schedule they set for me. 4 AA meetings, 2 hours of therapy, and 3 hours of training a week, plus fan meet and greets and 3 shows. I was burned out, and I wanted to control my own destiny.
All right, this is a good point to stop. We only have an hour to go, an hour and 20 minutes. So I'll try to stretch that into a video. One more video. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. Okay, I found my fingers. So we'll find something, girl. Because I have this clear, but I don't like the way it works with dynamic. And girl, where you at? This is all I got of my dynamic clear. Like literally scraps, right? So I don't know that I'm going to do a whole set of nails, but I will come up with something so that we can do this last hour of Britney, because the Enel Couture monomer, she works beautifully with everybody else, but she does not. For some reason, it's not, I don't even think it's Enel the monomer. I think it's just this powder is just different. And so it's, hold on one second, guys. Okay, as I was saying, the Nina's, I love it for certain things, but it polymerizes a little bit differently with my Enel Contour monomer. And so I don't really want to embarrass myself when I've done so well getting good with my application. And I can just wait and order either some monomer to go with it in a couple of days next week, or I can just order some dynamic clear and we can just chill, you know what I'm saying, and do something else. Plus I just did these nails, and so I really kind of want to enjoy them. So I just kind of, you know, these black ones, so these right here. But you know, I do want to do something with them, girl. You know, it's just I like that clear better. So I just will rather use the right thing than get frustrated and not have a piece of art for y'all. So I'm going to show y'all these like this. Girl, I feel like I've been real hard on Britney. I'm not going to lie to you. But she just gives me crybaby privilege. And people are doing so much worse. And I'm not saying that everything in her story is not true or anything like that. It could all be very, very possible. But I just am not getting, honestly, that it was that drastic. It's just certain things don't make sense. Like you're saying you got to do certain things, but that you weren't allowed to do certain things. And I think they had control over like money and major stuff, but I think like her everyday life, she probably had a little more freedom than she's trying to say. I only had $2,000 a week to spend. Okay, well, if they're paying all the other bills and you're working, I get that you want to have control of your money and freedom, but if you've messed that up to a point and you show continuously like you'll give and do and just waste, and maybe Britney Spears thinks in her mind she has money like that, and maybe they weren't making money like that because again it costs a lot of money to run those shows and things, and yes, people are getting money, but she probably has a nice little savings now because of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's probably been some benefit to, had she just been allowed to do exactly what she wanted to do at a time when she wasn't her best, she probably would not have shit today, not even this book deal. Was Jamie some tough love? Probably. Probably. But I do feel like she should have maybe fought sooner. She, again, it's giving, you're leaving out how somebody could get that kind of control over your life. It's not like they went to court in Louisiana, they went to court in California. So, you know, things had to be presented, and I don't have the court documents, but I would love to see the evidence that they presented to get a hold of her financially, what they thought, and why in 13 years she didn't get off. And now, to be honest, tell the fucking truth. If you have not seen her recently and thought to yourself at least once, I see exactly why she was under a conservatorship. Should it have been that strict? No. I think maybe she should have had a financial conservatorship. Like, look, maybe we give you $5,000 a week, $10,000 a week. You know, if you spend at this rate in 10 years, you'll be broke. You know, if you've got multiple homes and multiple cars and you're paying child support, you might can't afford to spend more than $2,000 or $3,000 a week. Hell, they said Michael Jackson was broke at one point. So you can't just go spending money because you're Britney Spears and you clearly are saying to the public, you don't even have a concept of money and getting lawyers and shit. You don't know nothing about that because this is how you ended up in a situation you are now. So one can't assume that you are business or money savvy on any level. So for it to have lasted 13 years, having seen her behavior and listening to some of this damn book, I think it makes sense she was under conservatorship. I just think maybe there was some strictness that was a bit intense and could have been toned down. But I ain't saying that I ain't saying that, oh, it's completely unwarranted. Certainly, no, I am not. I think, admittedly, Britney Spears has had some problems. And had she not had someone in her life to guide her, that she probably would have made even worse fucked up decisions. Was she in a trapped cage? She's in a prison of emotions. I don't know. But I can tell you this, had they let her ass loose, she probably would have hit several paparazzi and owed all kind. Like, let me explain something to you. She's like, all I did was run over his foot. Girl, do you know they would have sued the shit out of you? They would have sued the shit out of you. This is like, you're reckless and it causes problems and there's consequences. So imagine if you had just hit a couple of paparazzis and you're out here tearing up shit and they would have got them the right lawyer, and then that lawyer would have sued the shit out of you. Not only would you not got your kids back, you would have owed people millions of dollars, and the right lawyer can get you 15, 20, 45. Let's see how much Britney Spears' net worth is. Let's just do Britney Spears' net worth. Britney Spears net worth. She's only worth $60 million today. And she was at the, and that's if that's about right. She was going down on a downward spiral at the time she was hitting people with that goddamn car. So just imagine, let's say she was only worth half of that and she had ran into a couple of lawsuits, and then she don't own shit, because clearly she don't own her houses outright, or say she own them, but her net worth is, the net worth is usually your assets included in that. She probably don't have 60 million cash. She probably got houses or something like that worth in the $30-40 million range, and about 20 million cash. At the rate Britney Spears was going, she'd have lost all of that between lawyers, cancer contracts, and business going down. Somebody had to take this lady. Lord, make me over now that you know anything for you. I don't know the words, but I'm just saying, don't make me over. I don't know the words. I'm telling you, it's given she needed a babysitter, and you keep saying, well, I revert to a child. I revert to a child. I revert in a child in my former life. And then when they babysit you, it's giving, girl, why they babysit me? Well, you just said you was 2 years old, ma'am. So y'all let me know what y'all think, because I hope that by the end of this book, when I am trying to root for her, that she has pulled me in. Okay, and I hope y'all like these nails. I hope that she has pulled me in, child. Can I get some light now? Girl, my light is, my other light. Let me see if I can do it with this one. The light on the camera. Look at that. Let's see if I can. Look at these glow, baby. Put a spotlight on them like you Britney Spears or something, girl. So normally it'd be like, yeah, something like that. So you can just kind of get. I'm trying to let y'all get the light, okay, of these nails. So yeah, Britney Spears, she has not made me feel 1000% sorry for her. Like I said, I do think there's probably some truth to some of this, but the way that I feel like Britney Spears exaggerates shit, I don't think so. This is the same woman who had a maid and said she was poor. Jamie allowed you to have boyfriends and all of that, and you're teaching classes, but you couldn't eat ice cream. Just gives me more to the story, and you're leaving it out, or you're trying to make this man look like shit because he took control of your life at a time where you felt like you should be able to do what the hell that you wanted to do. And when you have set yourself up in a position where you're a celebrity publicly, you're going to be held to a higher standard. I feel like if at any point in time Britney wanted to, she could have just stopped performing on stage. She could have said whatever she wanted. You had power. It just feels like she didn't give the power when she wanted to. You're not fighting to date. You're not fight. There's not an issue with you dating and having serious relationships. And her father and mother didn't live with her the entire time. It wasn't like she came home and they were there all the time. Okay, she was. They had their own spaces. She was just a lot of times I think controlled by her family in a business sense. And that, because Britney Spears is the business and Britney Spears the person is reckless, that caused a lot of people to be on her ass. It's kind of like how, Lauryn Hill never shows up to a show on time. It's just certain people, like, she displayed so many behaviors that probably, like right now in the story, she's under the Las Vegas shows. She's doing the Las Vegas shows. And they're probably on her ass to make sure that she has to do and it's where she needs to be during those times. Just like they've always done to make sure she can pretty much meet the requirements of her contracts. So it's giving like they're probably hard on her ass during tour season and stuff like that, because those are the times when she be ready to be like, I'm tired and I don't want to fucking work, and she already be under contract. So you just gonna have to read the book. And honestly, if you're listening, I'm not really leaving out the most. Once I saw that I could get a lot in during fast forward, I am leaving a lot in this book. You see, we stretching it out. The book is 5 hours long in audio tape. So we've got, I'm leaving y'all a lot in this book. I really want to put it in there so you can get the picture. It's just giving, woe is me, I'm a celebrity, feel sorry for me. And the truth is, I really don't. I don't think that she should necessarily have to have a babysitter because she's a grown goddamn woman, right? Right. But then when you hear about some of the issues she was having, you think, honestly, yeah, Britney Spears needed somebody to look out for her. And it probably would have been worse if it wasn't her daddy. And she probably wouldn't have shit today. But we're going to see how the rest of this book goes. It's giving, I needed to marry somebody so I can get from under this conservatorship. And that was the out. Just like when she didn't want to do one of the tours, she got hurt. Just like when she wanted to take a break, she got pregnant. Britney Spears has these weird ways to get out of doing what the fuck is required of her. Instead of doing it and getting out of it by a normal way, like making normal decisions like, hey, I'm gonna do this tour and then we're not doing any tours for 6 months or whatever. Like a normal musician probably does. I'm sure Beyonce says we're touring now and then we're not touring then, whatever. It's giving, she plots and plans, makes reckless decisions, has to deal with the repercussions, and then needs another plot or plan to get out of the repercussions that she's now in. So I think that she's now at this point, because you see how she skipped over 13. This is 13 years that she's described in this time that we've been talking. This is 13 years. This is the 13 years that she's summed up into these chapters of, you had to work. I don't know what the fuck. You are a celebrity and you get paid millions of fucking dollars to do shows. If you don't do the shows, you don't got no money. So I just don't know what she want from me as the public. Okay. So, but anyway, I think at this point she's looking for somebody she can marry, get on about this conservatorship. We gonna see, because probably when she's dating, she has freedom. She can do what she want, and her daddy's probably like, that's their problem. Shit, as long as she ain't over here showing her ass publicly or, hurt nobody, we ain't in it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna get up out this conservatorship, and then after I get up out of the conservatorship, I'm gonna go and do what the fuck I want to do, which is where we are probably today in the public time. But right now in this book, we are on chapter 36. Remember, I told y'all there is 1 hour and 21 minutes left, and there's a total of 49 chapters. So we're almost done with this book. Probably tomorrow, my next video, it will be the end. It really will be the end of the Britney Spears book. If y'all want to hear any more books or discuss any more books, let me know. But I'm going to be putting in some pictures so y'all can see what Sam looked like before. Have y'all seen Sam's before pictures? Yeah. And let me know what y'all think of these OK covers in the tea. And just how you're honestly, truly feeling about this Britney tea, The Woman in Me. If you feel differently, I'm fine. If y'all think I'm being harsh, let me know, girl. This is just a book. Let's not get too personal. I don't know Britney. And I'm just giving my commentary. Like, shit, I don't feel sorry for her. I'm not going to... she's... The struggle that she's trying to... Girl, I've read so many books. I've read books like about Warren Jeffs, those little girls. You know, now that's a fucking struggle. That's a control. You see what I'm saying? Like, so Britney Spears talking about somebody made her ass get on the stage and sing a song, which is what her job is to do. I'm sorry, I just don't have those tears. But if you feel that way and you're like, hey, no, I really do feel sorry for her, let me know. I am trying to get back to the comments. I was doing a little bit of binge watching the girls and making sure I catch up on the people that watch me and showing love in the community. So I've not got to these comments yet. Girl, my throat is dry. My juice is gone. Yeah. And I don't have no water up here. So, this video is going to be over because I'm tired in my throat. And I need to go get this edited. Let me know how y'all feel. I hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful Saturday night. Y'all look at this. It's 2:47 in the a.m. If y'all wake up tomorrow and see this, enjoy it. And if I don't comment right away, it's probably because I'm sleeping. But I will be getting to the other comments prior to getting some rest, and I will be getting hopefully this out before I go to bed tonight so that y'all can enjoy this sometime on Sunday. Thank y'all for watching this entire series. It's honestly done better than what I thought. I cannot believe that y'all were this interested in my commentary on the Britney Spears story, and I'm sure y'all are interested in Britney's story as well. But really, 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 thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great evening. I hope that y'all enjoyed these nails, or a great day whenever you watch this. Thank you. Bye bye.